Before these beautiful flats were built, I lived just across in a leaking mabati house in Kayaba. No toilet, no privacy, no peace. Today, as President Ruto unveils affordable homes in Mukuru, Njenga, I can't help but remember where I came from. Because this is not just about buildings. It's about dignity. It's about hope. And it's why I have to tell you my story. I lived here, right here, Kayaba, one of Nairobi's forgotten places, squeezed between sewage and struggle, a place where hope was a luxury, and for the longest time, I was just surviving. It all started back in 2020 when I was living in a mabati house with my friend Vivian. We had just started life, two young women chasing dreams with almost nothing to our name. One morning, we left for work like any other day, but when we came back, our house had been broken into. They took our woofer, my spare phone, our chargers, our extensions. You know how scary that was. We had just bought a new bed and mattress, and we feared they would come back for those too. We couldn't sleep in peace after that. Later, I started life on my own. Same mabati setup, same struggles. But now, I had a new fear. I realized one of the neighborhood men used to peep at me. I caught him once, red-handed. Can you imagine? As a lady, I couldn't use the dirty public bathrooms to shower, so I used to bathe inside my room. But I would do it in fear, always watching, always alert. Privacy in Ghetto, non-existent. Even married people had no space to, be intimate. You could literally hear everything happening next door. Imagine raising children in that environment. How? One of my off days, I would stay indoors with my heart pounding. The plot would be quiet, everyone out working, and I would be alone. I was so scared that peeping neighbor might do something bad to me. Rape was a real fear. That's when I knew I had to shift. Rainy season, it was war. Floods of sewage would flow right through homes, especially those on ground floor. No escape. And toilets? We didn't have any in our plots. We used public ones. 3 bob if you want to use a magazine instead of tissue. And 5 bob if you are lucky to get tissue paper. Sometimes, when there was no water, the toilets would be shut for days. People would peep in buckets and kasukus, then dump them in sewage lines the next morning.
Tulikuwa tunatupa pupu kwa mtaro, tunaona iko change na familia yangu. Kama mimi nilikuwa natumia kasuku, sasa hiyo niambie kasuku nitakwambia umenikosea.
That smell, that pollution, living hell. Electricity was another disaster. The connections were poorly done. Thin wires hooked carelessly from poles. running through iron sheets and rooftops. A single spark could cause a massive fire, and it did. I saw people lose everything and become homeless in one night, all because of unsafe electricity. People had to start over from zero. Eventually, I got married. A new season began. We shifted from the mabati house to a stone house.
Wow!
It felt like an upgrade, a bit more secure. Each tenant had a key to the gate, and we at least slept without fear of break-ins. But even then, things weren't rosy. The toilet situation was still the same, shared, public, and almost always dirty. The vichochoros were terrible, especially when it rained. Sewage would overflow again. Every step felt like walking through a forgotten world. After we got our firstborn, our priorities shifted. We wanted better, a cleaner, safer place for our child. So we made the tough decision. We moved out, left behind the noisy, the dirt, the constant fear, and began again. But not everyone could live. Many of our neighbors in Kayaba, Mukuru kwa Njenga, Kisii village, commercial village, they are still stuck in those same realities. Trapped not because they want to, but because they can't afford to live. And that's why when I saw President Ruto unveil the new affordable housing project in Mukuru kwa Njenga, my heart leapt. This was it. This is what true bottom-up looks like. From mabati to a modern apartment, from sewage floods to clean tiled bathrooms, from fear to dignity, from Mukuru village to Mukuru estate. This is transformation. When I saw those families in Mukuru kwa Njenga receiving keys, when I saw kids running around, safe, clean compounds, I thought of my past. I thought of my neighbors in Kayaba. I thought of the woman who still showers in her mabati house, scared and exposed. I saw hope, not just for them, but for an entire generation. Mukuru kwa Njenga was just one of the sites. The affordable housing project is happening all across Kenya, in Ruiru, Nakuru, Kibera, Mombasa, and more. For once, it feels like the government is touching the soil of the hustlers, not from above, but from beside them. Ruto said, this is bottom up.
Hata Yesu is a product of bottom up. Yesu hakuwa mtu ya maana sana. Mungu jameni, Mungu humtoa mtu mnyonge mavumbini. Pale kwa bottom, kwa mavumbi, na muinua huyo mtu fukara na maskini mpaka wakaketi meza moja na wafalme.
Kuna mjadala mkubwa Kenya sasa ya bottom up. Pengine mnashangaa hii bottom up inaanzia wapi? Hii bottom na inasumbua watu, imesumbua watu wengi sana. Watu wamechanganyikiwa vibaya sana na hii bottom up. Lakini to explain, it is about remembering the weak.
And as someone who lived that bottom, I feel it. This isn't politics to me. This is personal. Yes, Kenyans have every right to question failed promises. Yes, there are projects that haven't lived up to the hype, but not this one. This housing project, especially in ghettos like Mukuru kwa Njenga, it is working. I've seen it, I've felt it. So before we throw stones at everything, let's also clap for the things that are working. This one, it deserves a standing ovation. To President Ruto, I say, when you stood there today in Mukuru, unveiling those beautiful homes, I saw leadership in motion. Please, don't stop. Keep going. Keep building. Let every forgotten village, every sewage-lined ghetto be transformed from mabati to miracle. My name is Catherine Kabucho. I lived in Kayaba. I walked through those flooded vichochoros. I feared in silence. I endured in struggle. But today, I speak with hope. I speak for the forgotten. Because finally, someone remembered us. This is not just my story. It's our story. From sewage to security. From shame to shelter. This is bottom up in real life.